Welcome to another episode of Everybody's Got Something with Seth Hoffman. Our guests today are instrumentalist musician Ann Luna and the Albuquerque's own Don Schrader. Glad to be here. Great to be with you. And shall we play us a song? Let's play a little song for those tough times called I'm a Basket Case. I'm a basket case. I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles in my head. Down this trail, see where it leads and make a heads or tails of glory, of courage. Don't mean to demean, I only want to encourage justice, 'cause it's not just us. Thousands of names for God, what makes us think ours is the right one and only. Treating people this way has got to get a little lonely, so lonely. I know we all get a little bit lonely too. I've been up all through the night, my mind won't mellow. A million miles a minute and I feel like jello than I've ever felt before. I can't go on this way anymore. Planting my roots just to pull them out. Pretend it doesn't hurt, trying not to shout. Emotions like the oceans and the motions of everything. I'm a feather in the weather, all together we sing. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles. I'm a basket case, I'm losing this race. My mind is running in circles and circles in my head. All right. Well, Anne, thank you. It is an honor to play music with you and just to be here with you today. Before anything, I wonder if you could tell us about this very cool, beautiful instrument you have today.
No, thanks so much for having me, Seth. This is an octave mandolin or a bouzouki. My good friend Bill Busman made this, and he passed away last year, so it makes it extra special. So it is, how I have it tuned is like a mandolin, only an octave lower. So you've got a G, D, A, and E. And so, but you can't do like those big mandolin chop chords like people do at like bluegrass especially, right? So you've got a lot of just nice, cool 2-finger chords, and you can do kind of cool sus things. And I found it to be just a great songwriting tool. And I'm primarily an upright bass player, but every now and then you show up places and there's already a bass player, right? So what you gonna do? And,
it's an amazing skill to be able to go from one instrument to the next. And what a way to honor Bill by carrying on this instrument, and his song shall continue singing.
Now I think he made 606 instruments, something like that. Wow. Anyway, his old wave is the the name, and so you can kind of see up here on the headstock.
Beautiful.
But
would you bless us with a song on this instrument
love to.
today?
So this is one of my newer tunes that I'm still kind of like working out a little bit, and have had some people jam with me on it. And it's called More Than I Can Say.
Okay.
How many times has it worked out anyway? You found me laughing at the end of the day. More than I can say, more than I can say. How many times has it rained anyway? We were too parched to think and too poor to pray. More than I can say, more than I can say. How many times did I get better than I deserved? You made it easy on me, my secret prayers were heard. More than I can say, more than I can say. How many times when I showed up anyway? Well, I forgot my fears, remembered how to play. More than I can say, more than I can say. How many times have I been loved anyway? With all my imperfections still in the way. More than I can say, more than I can say. More than I can say, more than I can say.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Thank you. What a beautiful tone.
Thanks.
What a beautiful-
These instruments are just, they're so much fun.
I
right?
love it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about, as you're writing that song, and like many great songs, is I know I tend to think, oh, that's sort of like my story. Can you tell us like where you wrote it, or what was going on, or how it was inspired, or anything you could tell us? I'm always so fascinated.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know,
about-
because I love the stories
Yeah.
behind songs too. So kind of that initial little melody, I was sitting at my friend Joe and Jean Baxter's house in Midwest City, Oklahoma, and just kind of, the sun was coming in through the window, and I was just kind of sitting there kind of, meditatively finding melodies that I liked, right? And just kind of reflecting on how, even though the past few years had been difficult and challenging for a number of reasons, and I think for everybody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
with my personal stories aside, but just looking at, kind of like, oh man, in this moment, I've got everything I need. I'm feeling very loved and supported, and I've got this beautiful instrument to play, and time to myself in a beautiful place, and things that I'm looking forward to, and looking at how more often than not, things are okay, right?
Yes,
Like,
yes, yes.
or that they will be.
Yes.
I think that's a
yes,
lot of it,
yes.
of just, man, if you can hold on and maybe find a little bit of just gratitude, or just breathing through it.
Yes.
There's a lot of grace that I find has always infused my life.
Definitely.
Right? So,
And
yeah.
on that, can you tell me, because you're a musician through and through, you were, I know you've, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your upbringing and how it's in your family. One of the things I would love to know, what for you is the the best part about life as a musician, and then just
yeah.
the reality. What are some challenges of life as a musician?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and because I know you're also, you know, a musician and keeping community together, so some of this might echo for you too. And I was very lucky in that my family basically all plays, and I didn't realize that was all that unusual till I got older. And not everybody's parents just pack up instruments whenever they're leaving the house, and mine always did, you know, just being ready to play. And so, yeah, and so having that as a base, I have found that throughout my life, whether with my family or just meeting people such as yourself and continuing to meet people in this community, it's an instant way to connect to people on more than a superficial level.
Yeah.
And to be able to share some really important things, and where things that might otherwise be divisive, you know, your religion or your politics or whatever, your diet, I don't know. What
It's true.
There's so many things that we could, you know, get hung up on. But if you're playing music, whether you're playing it or listening or enjoying or jamming with people, again, there's just that connection and an understanding, I feel like, that that I have found I haven't got any other way.
It's so true. Right? And I think you said that so well. It seems like today everything here is to divide us. Music brings us together.
Yeah, and I mean, we can
thing.
argue about chord names or genres or what you like.
You play your bar chords with a thumb. I'm not your friend anymore.
Or like, what pick are you using there? Oh, you should use different strings. Yeah. We can argue about that, but in the moment, and I think that's a thing too.
Yeah.
Is you know, there's all this like mindfulness practice and different things to make us just connect to who we are in the moment. And again, nothing does that for me like music. Yeah. You know, where you get in the flow and you lose yourself. And when you're losing yourself like that as a group, it's a pretty magical thing. Yeah. It's a very special
thing.
Yeah, and so you have those lifelong bonds with people. It's like, oh man, remember that time we jammed? It was so great.
Yeah. No, I do. I remember when we played at the Red Door, I was thinking, you know, we don't know each other that well, but here we are, just this synergy.
But here we are creating music, right? And it's all working out. Yeah. And I love that. And so I think that's one of the just great blessings that continues, and it's kind of miraculous, right?
It is. It really is.
But yeah, so looking at challenges as a musician, and I've been lucky that I've been able to be a full-time musician for the past 7 years or so, is the challenge is, you know, you're basically waking up every day and looking for a job, right? Yeah. And it's a lot of living by faith. You know, even if you have this great, perfect gig, the next one is not guaranteed. And, you know, there's things like COVID that can happen, but even before that, things weren't guaranteed. True. And you don't know, you can play with the same people at the same venue at the same time, and even you could have the same audience, and it's just different every night.
It's so alive. It's such a living thing.
Yeah, it's a living, breathing thing, and which is magic, but it's also challenging because you have to keep your mental you know, chatter, or you've got to check yourself, I feel like, a lot, which is, I mean, it's great for character building, right? Yes. But it's hard. It's true. You know, and it can be hard to keep going, and not everybody understands it. And, you know, I mean, truthfully, it can be challenging to be a female in a primarily male-dominated, you know, So that can be an issue, but I think a lot of it for me is it's believing in yourself, right? And giving yourself permission to show up and say there's room for me. Mm-hmm. You know, and especially if you're putting your own original stuff out there, right?
It can be a vulnerable thing.
Because it's like, is anybody but me like this?
Speaking of which, do you have another song?
I do. So I've got another song. I'm going to do a quick instrument switch here.
Okay, so this, which is the next instrument we have?
So, this guitar, let me set that safely.
Careful.
I'm cheating and getting my lyrics because it's my security blanket here.
No judgment. It's okay. Whatever works.
Yeah, you know, it's all good. Yeah, this guitar was built for me by Jeff Shermer. I don't know that he's still building, but I sure love this guitar. And it's a smaller one. It's kind of a parlor style. But yeah, it's like I say, again, when I needed something else to play.
How cool that you know the builders of your instruments. That's incredible.
Yeah, so I'm lucky in so many ways,
Very
right?
cool.
And so I mean, like that too. Of you often builders are also musicians, not always, but like that, you've got this connection with who's building your instrument.
Yeah, it's very special. Not many people can say that.
And my brother's a luthier and a repairman, and so
he's
yeah,
even
like
fixed my guitar.
So,
he does a great job.
So yeah, like I say, it's cool, all these different modes, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is another just looking at how life has been good this past year. Right?
What a refreshing.
Which is a great thing. I like it when I can write a happy song. I have a friend in Fort Sumner who grows beautiful flowers and creates these beautiful bouquets, and then also does beautiful little calligraphy and has like a quote. And so her quote on this beautiful bouquet was wherever there are flowers, there is hope. So
beautiful.
So that was the inspiration for this. There's flowers blooming in the sidewalk. Think there's still some hope. I saw a cactus in the middle of a big rock. Think there's still some hope. There's flowers blooming in the desert. Think there's still some hope. A little rain and they all go berserk. Must still be hope. There's times when we all feel like giving up. Broke down, out of luck. But there's still flowers blooming in the sidewalk. Think there's still some hope. A complete stranger just gave me a high five. Think there's still some hope. I got up the nerve to jump off the high dive. Must still be hope. The rains came and it filled up the lake. Think there's still some hope. I got in a good stretch and I no longer ache. I know there's still hope. There's times when we all feel like giving in. Stuck in a tired way, that's always been. But there's still flowers blooming in the sidewalk. Think there's still some hope. I got a smile for no good reason. Think there's still some hope. I felt a spark in my heart out of season. Must still be hope. I got a new shirt and it was on sale. That made me feel some hope. I got an unexpected check in the mail. Ah, yeah, there's some hope. There's times that we all feel like giving up. Broke down, out of luck. But there's still flowers blooming in the sidewalk. Think there's still some hope. There's flowers blooming in the snow. Think there's still some hope. There's flowers blooming in the desert. Must still be some hope. There's flowers blooming where you can't even see them. I know there's hope. There's flowers blooming in the sidewalk. Must still be hope.
Beautiful. Thank you for the reminder of positivity in the world. I know we were talking how it's easier to write a sad,
right?
Angry song, because when we're in a good mood, we're usually not with our pencil and paper. We're out having some fun with some
being
people.
Being happy, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I think for me, it's so many times it's just those little things, right, that remind you of like, oh, actually things aren't that bad,
Right.
or that the whole just like the more you give gratitude, the more
You
the more
recognize
there
it.
is to be thankful
True,
for,
true.
right?
Well, with these words of wisdom, I wonder if you could leave us with, just for those, there's people out there, whether they are aspiring musicians or just anyone aspiring to live their passion.
Right.
Do you have any, just, I don't know, words of wisdom, maybe things that have been passed on to you, words of encouragement for folks out there thinking, I want to, whether it's music or art or medical school, whatever it happens to be for them.
Yeah, no, because we're all innately creative, right? And I mean, we are creations, and sometimes we get told that, or whether it's with these exact words, or we just get the message that, oh man, well you're being selfish or you're just dabbling or whatever. But no, to create is to commune with a higher power, with yourself, however you want to look at it. And and just giving yourself permission to be creative. And it doesn't have to be in anything that you think is creative, right? It can be in how you're cooking a meal or setting up your house or how you live your life, right? There's all these ways to channel your love and your passion and your creativity. And I think just giving yourself permission, whatever that looks like for you, and just knowing that it's part of who you are, and not to feel disconnected from that. It's the reminder that I need all the time.
Yes, yes.
So,
well, thank you for sharing that and for just being a blessing on the musical community, but just in your everyday life. I know just wherever you are a positive person, you're a humble person, and just always make situations a little bit better. So
thanks.
I'm
I
grateful.
feel very much the same about you. So
Thank you.
I'm very grateful
I
for that.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Well, thank you for being on the show, and thanks for playing some songs with me. And before we move on, any exciting shows or anything that you just want to give a shout out to?
You can find me online at www.annlunamusic.com. That's ANNELUNA. And I got things coming up in Albuquerque. Got some with Hondo Coyote. I play with those guys quite a bit. And every now and then, High Desert Playboys. My family, the Lunas, we haven't got creative there yet. We'll be playing with our friend Beth Mead, February 18th in Floyd, New Mexico. And stay tuned for just, I'm doing some YouTube videos. And
well, we'll put, when we post these, you send me the links. We'll put the links so when the show's posted.
That'll be great. So I'm pretty easy to find. And
all right. Well, thank you so much, and keep spreading your goodness to the world. And it is an honor to have you here today.
Thanks so much.
All right. Take care.